Hey guys, welcome back to Project Bodybuilding. In today's video, I am bringing you my 2024 Arnold Classic predictions for the Classic Physique Division. I have to be honest, I was not too thrilled with the lead up for this year's Arnold, at least on the Classic side. All the top guys have been largely quiet. And honestly, I think just about everyone has the same predictions. I do have a specific twist in mind that's definitely a departure from what seems to be the popular opinion, but we'll get to that when it comes up. Despite this maybe not being the most exciting Arnold for Classic Physique, I still want to continue the tradition of doing predictions before the big day. So let's jump into it. Here are my predictions for the 2024 Arnold Classic Physique Edition. If you guys like this video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more videos just like this one. And stay tuned for my open predictions coming very soon. So I'm going to start with 5th place. This is only a top 5 prediction list. To be honest, I don't know any of the names outside of these 5 guys, and to put it bluntly, I don't really care. But anyway, here's the top 5, starting with 5th, Wesley Vissers. Now this is not going to be the twist I alluded to in the beginning, but this is still probably a departure from what most are predicting. I get it, he's super popular. I used to watch his YouTube videos all the time when I started bodybuilding, but this isn't a popularity contest. Well, maybe actually Classic Physique is, but that's another topic for another day. Wesley may be really popular, but this guy has been getting smacked down by the judges for years. Regardless of what you and I think, the judges do not like Wesley's physique. He is still moving up slowly but surely though. He's making steady improvements year after year, including a better back, better legs, and he's definitely cracked the code on his conditioning. But his look is just not what they want. Some say he's the spitting image of Arnold, others say he's boxy. I'm definitely in that latter group to be honest, but I'm not even really basing this on my own feelings. I think Wesley's going to have enough good poses and enough good body parts and be peeled on show day that he can place top 5. I just don't think that look is going to be rewarded anymore. Simple as that. Coming in the 4th place spot, I have Michael DeBole. Michael is definitely another polarizing physique. A lot of people argue that he's not classic, and I think most would agree with that sentiment. He still has okay shape, the vacuum, and things like that, but he's honestly overkill for this division. But with that, you can't say he's not complete. He may be overdeveloped, but his back is great, his arms are good, the legs back to front are incredible. Honestly, he doesn't really have a major weak point, besides not being the most aesthetic and classic guy. And oh man, can this guy get shredded. All these guys in classic get peeled because of their weight caps, but Michael just takes it to another level. That's why I think he can beat Wesley. He's going to beat Wesley in a lot of body parts and probably get an edge on conditioning too. These guys above Michael will prevail though because they combine shape with completeness and conditioning. But I think Michael can at least pick Wesley off. This is literally what happened at the Olympia last year, just a couple of months ago, with Wesley being 7th and Michael just making his way into that top 6. There's no reason Michael can't do it again. Now this is where things are really turned up a notch. I think these next 3 guys are in a tier of their own, and I don't see any of them outside of the top 3. Maybe my order isn't correct, but let's be honest, none of these guys are getting anything less than 3rd. Rounding out my top 3, this is where my controversial prediction is coming in. In 3rd, I have Urs Kalasinski. Admittedly, this is a little bit of what I want to happen and a little less of what I think will actually happen, but I just have to inject a little excitement in here. And honestly, Urs placing 3rd isn't completely out of the question. This really isn't stemming from Urs so much as it is my 2nd place doing a lot to outwork Urs. Urs has a couple of flaws. His back is beyond shallow and his arms are going to be the worst in the top 5. He's enjoyed high placings because he still has a good structure, other good body parts, and the others around him usually have bigger flaws. Well, I don't think that's going to be the case this time. Urs will always have the structure and is definitely going to be on, but I'm anticipating something new from the athlete directly above him, which is Breon Ansley, who is landing in my runner-up spot. I think we're going to see a slight bounce back for Breon. If you don't know, Breon was going to go to the 212 division because his classic weight cap was hurting his physique, mainly the legs. But it was announced that the Classic Physique Division weight caps would be getting a boost, and the shorter competitors would be getting the biggest increase of all. And that means Breon got 5 to 7 pounds, I believe, added to his weight cap depending on what he heights in at exactly. 5 to 7 pounds of stage weight is literally game-changing. And you might say, well, he didn't look that different last year compared to the year prior. I say look again, and also this really won't affect his physique for a while. He's going to regrow some muscle, but actually keep it instead of sacrificing it to the weight cap. So I say we're going to see an improved Breon here, and probably an even more improved version at the 2024 Mr. Olympia, as he continues to change his physique around the new weight cap, but I'm getting ahead of myself. We even saw an improved Breon last year. In 2022, he looked flat, and his legs were awful. In 2023, he was a lot fuller and regained some leg size. He can do that again, and he doesn't need to add much. All he needs is a little more in the quads, not even in the glutes and hamstrings, and with that, he can beat Urs. Breon is complete. His back is insane, his arms are great, and I can see him beating Urs in just about every pose. He just needs a little bit more upper and lower balance. And if you're like me, you think he should have already beat Urs at the 2023 Olympia. I thought Breon did enough there to take Urs out. I did a whole video on it, in fact. It's up in the corner of your screen right now. You can check it out. Breon is another one of those guys that the IFBB is always on. But I think if Breon brings better balance, literally just a little bit, he'll do enough to be undeniable. I like Urs and Breon, but I really want and believe Breon can come into this contest rejuvenated and take a runner-up spot. And in my first place spot, was there ever any surprise? In first, I have Ramon Dino. I mean, who doesn't have him in first? Ramon is clearly the heir to the Classic Physique throne after Chris Bumstead retires. Ramon was the only one even remotely close to Chris. That's why there was a top 2 call out with just those 2 guys. If Urs and Breon were capable of being up there next to Chris, they would have been, but they weren't. And Chris won't be competing at the Arnold, making this show Ramon's to lose. Breon may be improved in the legs, but I think Ramon is just too far ahead. And Ramon is definitely more complete than Urs. Ramon actually has decent arms and a terrific back. He's just coming into the show so far ahead of everyone else. He beat all these guys easily at the Olympia just a couple of months ago, and he'll do it again. Honestly, Ramon's biggest competition is the weight cap. He's very popular. I think he has the look the judges want. He's complete with some great body parts, and very soon he's going to have 2 Arnold Classic titles in the Classic Physique Division. Well, that's going to do it for today's video. It was a quick one, but I'm basically just rehashing what everyone else is currently thinking. I had one sleeper pick in my predictions, everything else was probably exactly how you have it in your own. There's a reason I haven't done any Arnold Classic previews for the Classic Physique Division this year. Not because I'm only focused on the Open, but because the video would be over before it even began. The results seem too predictable. I don't want to say Classic is stagnant, but I think it's getting to that point. The top guys don't ever change too much really, and they never run the risk of coming in off, both in thanks to the weight caps. And after maybe 10 popular guys in the division, the caliber of competition falls off hard. Maybe it's because the division is so big and it's a lot harder to separate yourself from the pack, because let's face it, there were dozens of guys at the Classic Physique Olympia last year, all coming from pro shows that no one else bothered to enter. To win a pro show in the open division is tough, there's less to go around, and it guarantees you some notoriety. But there's a lot of classic pro shows, a lot of the time even doubling up on different weekends. So a lot of these guys coast to the quote-unquote top and then just blend in. And now we basically have 5 guys at the Arnold, 3 of which are not leaving the top 3. So this division will be fun to watch. I still enjoy Classic, but I expect the results to be largely predictable, but time will tell. Those are my predictions and a little bit of a rant. What are your predictions? I imagine they're pretty similar to mine, but leave me yours down below in the comments and tell me what you think about my own. What do you think about me putting Breon in the runner-up spot? Do you think that maybe that Wesley Vissers will surprise us all and crack the top 3? Leave me a comment down below. Finally, if you guys liked the video, be sure to hit that like button. And to stay up to date on my future Arnold Classic coverage and to be notified as to when I drop my open predictions, subscribe and turn notifications on. With all of that said, I want to thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.
Gotta get that Lexia.